It's late again. You wake up, eyes heavy, still caught between sleep and the pull of discomfort. You shuffle quietly to the bathroom, hoping you won't wake anyone. It's not just once tonight, but twice, maybe 3 times, or even more. Each trip pulls you further away from rest, from that peaceful feeling of being whole. Maybe you tell yourself it's just part of getting older, that it's normal, inevitable. But deep down, you wonder if it has to be this way. This fractured sleep, this constant tug, this feeling of your body working against you in the quietest hours. I want you to know something important. Waking up frequently to urinate isn't just an inconvenient quirk of age. It's your body sending a message, a signal you shouldn't ignore. I say this as Dr. Alan Mercer, someone who has spent decades helping men navigate these changes quietly and compassionately. It's not about accepting the inconvenience as normal or resigning yourself to restless nights. There's a story behind each awakening, and understanding that story is the first step toward reclaiming your nights, and with them, your vitality. Let me tell you about Jim. Jim is 67, a retired carpenter with broad hands that once built homes with steady confidence. Over the years, he noticed his nights slipping away from him. What started as a single bathroom trip gradually became 4 or 5. At first, Jim shrugged it off, thinking it was just part of the aging process. But the toll went beyond disrupted sleep. His energy during the day plummeted. His moods darkened with frustration and exhaustion. And something else more quietly began to fray: the closeness he shared with his wife. Nights spent apart, restless and frustrated, slowly created distance. Jim never wanted to admit this struggle out loud. He wasn't alone in that. Many men feel this way. They battle silently, burdened by embarrassment or a sense of weakness. But Jim's story isn't just about the nights. It's about what happens when those nights pile up, eroding more than sleep, touching every part of your life that once felt full and effortless. From my vantage point as a prostate specialist for over 25 years, I can tell you that Jim's experience is far from unique. The thing is, waking up multiple times a night to urinate, what we call nocturia, is rarely just aging. Nearly every man will face changes in his prostate over time. The prostate is a small gland, roughly the size of a walnut in younger men, nestled just below the bladder and surrounding the urethra, the channel through which urine flows out. As men age, this gland tends to grow. It's a natural process, one that happens to nearly all men to some degree. This enlargement is called benign prostatic hyperplasia, or BPH. Benign meaning it's not cancerous, but hyperplasia meaning an increase in the number of cells causing the gland to swell. This swelling gently presses on the urethra, narrowing the pathway like someone lightly stepping on a garden hose. The water still flows, but the pressure changes and the flow becomes uneven. What this means in practical terms is that your bladder has to work harder to push urine through a tighter space. Often, it can't empty completely, so residual urine remains. And because of this, the bladder fills up again faster, triggering the urge to go more frequently. This pressure builds up not just during the day, but intensifies at night when our bodies undergo shifts in hormone levels and fluid balance. The body's internal rhythms play a big role here. During the day, gravity pulls fluid down into your legs. When you lie down at night, that fluid is reabsorbed back into the bloodstream and filtered by your kidneys, increasing urine production. For men with an enlarged prostate, the bladder's increased workload combined with this surge in nighttime urine can create a perfect storm of discomfort and frequent awakenings. It's easy to feel defeated by this pattern, to think your body is betraying you. But understanding the how and why brings clarity. And with clarity comes power. You're not broken. Your body is adapting, and it's trying to communicate its needs. In my years of practice, I've seen how this knowledge can transform lives. Men who once dreaded bedtime have learned to regain control, not through quick fixes or flashy supplements, but through small, intentional shifts that respect the body's complexity. One simple change many overlook is the timing of fluid intake. It's not about cutting out water, far from it. Hydration remains crucial for overall health, but shifting when you drink can make a profound difference. Drinking more fluids earlier in the day and reducing intake after early evening gives your body time to process fluids before you lie down. This means less fluid pooled in your legs overnight, reducing the sudden surge of urine production that wakes you. Another often underestimated strategy is leg elevation. Sitting with your legs raised for 20 to 30 minutes in the evening helps return fluid from swollen legs back into the circulation before bedtime. This gentle shift can ease the burden on your kidneys at night. Then there's bladder training, a technique that sounds simple but requires patience. It involves learning to gradually delay urination, strengthening bladder control, and extending the time between trips. This isn't about forcing discomfort, but gently retraining the body's signals, reclaiming control over your bladder's rhythm. Alongside these lifestyle changes, some natural supports may aid prostate health over time. Foods rich in antioxidants like tomatoes with their lycopene or pumpkin seeds with beneficial oils can support the gland's well-being. Certain herbal supplements like saw palmetto have shown promise in easing symptoms for some men. It's important to approach these with realistic expectations and always in consultation with a healthcare professional. Above all, I want to emphasize this: seeking help is a sign of strength, not weakness. It takes courage to admit you're struggling and to reach out for guidance. Modern medicine offers many options beyond lifestyle adjustments, from minimally invasive procedures to medications that ease symptoms without harsh side effects. You don't have to suffer quietly or accept restless nights as your new normal. Think back to Jim. After his initial hesitation, he sought help. With small, steady changes and the right medical support, his nighttime trips reduced significantly. He found himself waking only once per night, reclaiming the deep, restorative sleep that had slipped away. This change rippled into his days. Energy returned, moods lifted, and the warmth between him and his wife was renewed. Jim's story is a reminder that life after 55 doesn't have to be a slow fade or constant compromise. It can be a chapter of resilience, of learning, and of quiet victories. Your body's signals, even in the dark hours, can guide you toward those victories. If your nights are restless, don't brush it off as just getting old. Listen carefully. Your body is speaking in a language you can learn to understand. And with that understanding, you can begin to rewrite the story of your health and your sleep. In the next part of this conversation, I'll share with you more about why the night makes these symptoms worse and how you can gently shift the balance back in your favor. I'll walk you through simple yet powerful strategies that have helped men like Jim and many others reclaim their nights and, with them, their lives. Remember, this is not about magic cures or overnight transformations. It's about respect for your body's wisdom, compassion for your own journey, and taking one informed step at a time toward better nights and brighter days. So, stay with me. There's hope here, real, grounded hope, and practical ways forward that honor the man you are today and the life you still want to live fully. As we settle deeper into understanding these restless nights, it's important to grasp why darkness and sleep bring these symptoms into sharper focus. During the day, gravity is your body's silent partner, pulling fluids down into your legs, a natural and harmless process. But when you lie down at night, the rules change. The fluid that's been pooling in your lower limbs begins to flow back into your bloodstream, increasing the volume your kidneys must filter. This process is a natural rhythm, but for men facing prostate enlargement and the resulting bladder pressure, it means more urine is produced precisely when your body longs for rest. This nocturnal fluid shift can feel like an unrelenting wave, pushing you awake repeatedly. And yet, there is a grace hidden in this understanding, a chance to intervene thoughtfully. By simply adjusting how and when you move fluid during your day, you can ease this nightly pressure. Elevating your legs in the evening, even for a brief 20 to 30 minutes, gently coaxing the fluid from swollen limbs back into circulation, offers your kidneys a quieter night ahead. This isn't a cure-all, but a simple act of kindness toward your body, setting the stage for less interruption and more peace. It's here, in these small shifts, that true change begins. Alongside fluid management, bladder training presents another avenue of empowerment. It's a practice of patience and respect. learning to hold off the urge just a little longer, stretching the interval between bathroom visits. This approach helps your bladder regain its natural tone and rhythm, giving you greater control. It's not about forcing discomfort or ignoring genuine signals. Rather, it's a conversation with your body, coaxing it back into balance. Natural supports also have a quiet role to play. The foods you choose nourish your body in ways that science is still unraveling. Pumpkin seeds, rich in oils beneficial to prostate health, or the antioxidant power of tomatoes and their lycopene content become allies in your journey. Some men find gentle relief with herbal supplements like saw palmetto, though it's essential to approach these with measured expectations and professional guidance. These supports are not quick fixes, but threads in a broader tapestry of care. Remember, none of these changes require heroic effort or drastic upheaval. The strength lies in consistency, in honoring the body's subtle signals, and in embracing progress at your own pace. Let me return to Jim's story to show you what these efforts can yield. After committing to these lifestyle changes and seeking the right medical advice, Jim's life transformed in ways he hadn't dared hope. Nights once broken by 4 or 5 trips to the bathroom became restful stretches of uninterrupted sleep. His mornings arrived with more energy, his moods lifted, and the simple joy of walking hand in hand with his wife on quiet mornings returned. Jim found more than sleep. He found connection, vitality, and hope rekindled. Stories like Jim's are reminders that while aging changes the landscape of our health, it does not close the door on quality of life. The body is resilient and adaptable, and with understanding and care, you can navigate these shifts with dignity and grace. Now, as we reflect on this journey, I invite you to consider your own experience with nocturia, not as a burden to bear in silence, but as a message deserving attention and compassion. It's not a sign of failure or weakness, but a natural part of aging that, when understood, can be managed and even improved. If you've been hesitant to speak about these struggles, know this: asking for help is an act of courage. It's a commitment to yourself and to those you love. It's the first step toward nights filled with deeper rest and days fueled by renewed strength. Tonight, before you settle down, try one simple thing. Elevate your legs for a half hour while you relax. Notice how it feels to honor your body's needs gently. Tomorrow, observe when you drink fluids and see if shifting intake earlier in the day eases your nighttime urgency. Keep a quiet journal if you like, tracking your sleep and bathroom visits. These small acts are the seeds of change. If you haven't yet, consider talking with your healthcare provider about your symptoms. Share what you've learned here. Together, you can explore options that suit your body and your life. There is no one-size-fits-all answer, but there is a path forward, a path grounded in respect, knowledge, and hope. Remember, you are not alone. Millions of men face these challenges, but too many suffer in silence, weighed down by embarrassment or misconception. You deserve better. You deserve restful nights, days filled with energy, and a life lived fully. As Dr. Alan Mercer, I want you to carry this truth with you. Your body is not betraying you. It's speaking in whispers and signs, inviting you to listen more closely and act with kindness. The journey through aging is not a descent, but a new chapter, one where wisdom and care can bring strength and peace. So take this moment to breathe deeply, to feel the quiet power of your own resilience. The night is not your enemy. It can be a space of restoration and renewal. With gentle steps and informed choices, you can reclaim your nights and the life that follows. If this message resonates with you, I encourage you to share it with a friend or loved one who might be struggling quietly too. Sometimes the greatest gift is knowing we are not alone in our journey. Thank you for trusting me with your time and your story. I'm honored to walk alongside you as you navigate these changes with courage and grace. Until next time, take care of yourself, because you deserve to rest well, to live fully, and to find joy in each day. Remember, the path to better nights starts with understanding and compassion, both from the people around you and from yourself.